Alright guys, so I'm gonna be starting the taking out the parts. Trying to clear everything out for this head gasket job. I'm not gonna be taking out the engine, so I'm gonna be working on it in here. I've seen a lot of people do it while the engine is still in the car, and so that's what I'm gonna be attempting to do for this job. Now I'm gonna be making short clip videos of what I'm gonna be taking out. So there's just gonna be a few things on this one, and then so what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna take out this whole box, intake box. I'm gonna take out the whole box. I'm not gonna try to take it out in pieces. I'm gonna take it out as a whole. Okay, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. And then I'm also gonna be taking this out, and then the battery, and then the radiator. So you guys can see that what I'm going to be doing, and like I said, I'm going to cut them into those short clips. Alright, well, let me get started. Alright, so the intake box first, and this is a 12. Okay, so then we'll take off this hose from down here. Right there. Take off the clip, so it's less hose that I have to deal with from the head. And this side too. Okay, so just pulling this hose up right there. This part right here came off. That's all right. Okay, so now I'm gonna pull the whole box out. All right, so that box is taken off, and then I'm gonna be replacing the bolts back to where I took it off from. Makes it easier for me to track it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put tape to hold them in place. Alright, so next I'm going to take the battery off and the windshield washer off. Alright, so that one was just 2 clips from the windshield washer, and then 2 hose right there. Alright. Alright, so next up I'm going to drain the oil. That's next. I just did an oil change on this too, so you guys can see the oil is still clear. but I gotta drain it out. So okay, and then since I'm done here, next up is taking out the radiator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the transmission cooler lines from underneath here, which is this, and then another one right here. So 2 holes from the radiator. Alright, so I've already unplugged the 2 fan connectors and then the 2 transmission lines. So I'm gonna unplug this from here, and then the lower hose, radiator hose from here. I'll take that off from there. Alright, so that's the whole radiator I pulled out. What I noticed is the 2 transmission lines. I'm probably gonna take it off from the solid. From here, we'll take it from here. So yeah, so I'm gonna take the 2 hoses from here because this whole thing needs to come off. Right? Yeah, so this whole thing needs to come off. I'm gonna take the hose here. Okay. Alright, so I took off the 2 radiator transmission lines right there. Took off the 2 hoses. Now next up, I was gonna go and unplug the fuel lines and then take this off right here. Okay. But before I do that, I think I'm gonna label this, the hoses. Okay, that's for that. Alright, so now I'm going to take this cover off. Alright, so now I'm going to try to take the belt off. Loosen this up with the alternator first. Alright, so next up, we'll take off the alternator and the power steering pump. Alright, so I took out 2 10mm bolts right here. and then three 12mm bolts that's holding this power steering part. So now I can put it that side and then take off this clip right here. That's connected to this. Here's the back bolts. I'm going to put the bolts back to where they belong so I don't lose them. Alright, so now I'm going to take off the AC compressor. I see a 12mm here, here, and here. So 3 bolts. You'll take out the compressor along with the bracket, and then the tension pulley right there. Alright guys, so last thing I probably want to take out today would be this AC. I mentioned earlier that they were 12mm bolts, but they're not, they're 14. And there's 4 of them. And there's one all the way in the back. But yeah, the easiest way would probably be taking off these two, these four bolts that's holding the compressor, and then take the compressor off, and then take off the bracket. But as I mentioned before, I'm trying to take out as less bolts as I can. And you know what? I can't get to that bolt in the back, so just gonna take out the 4 bolts for the compressor, then take the bracket off. I didn't want to risk breaking something. Alright guys, today is the second day of me taking all this parts off for the head gasket job. Now I took out, I'm not sure if I got a video of it, but I took out the compressor off the lines and everything. I figured I'll just charge it, recharge the AC again after I'm done. So yeah, I wanted to take the AC off just because I wanted more space. I didn't want it just getting in the way right here, kind of like just hanging. So I took it off, and then what I also did was I took off the condenser, so you guys can see that condenser is off. I took off the line, the bolt right here, and then there was another one up top. Now the condenser was just being held on by this bolt right here and this one right here. After that, you know, I was able to just pull it out. Now What I do have a problem with is trying to get this crank pulley off. Some people call it crank pulley, some people call it harmonic balancer. Well, whatever. You know, I'm having an issue trying to get that bolt off. Now I ordered a special tool for it, but it won't be here till I think like 2 more days. So what I'm going to try to do today is I'm going to try to take off this intake manifold, and I'm trying to figure out a way where I can take it off completely with everything you know, still attached to it, you know, taking out minimal bolts as I have to. So I'm kind of just looking it over, trying to figure out a strategy how to do it. So that's the plan for today. That's probably the most that I could do, since I can't get this off, so I can't get the cover off. But I think taking off the condenser and then the front grille gives you more room to work with. I think you know, you can fit in, if you have a small impact gun, you should be able to fit it in right here to get this bolt off. Now my impact wrench is not strong enough to do it. For some reason this crank bolt is really tight on here, so I was using this, which is the new Ryobi compact impact wrench, whatever you want to call it, and I got a 3Ah battery, lithium battery on it, but you know, it's still not strong enough to do it. So, but it fits right here, so just enough space to get it in there. Just that, like I said, it's just not strong enough. And then my actual hold on a second. And then my actual impact gun that I normally use, it's this one, but it's too big, so I can't even get it in there. There's no way, when you have this radiator support bar right there in the way, so can't use this. So I'm going to try to wait for that tool to come in, and I'm gonna have to do this manually. So in the meantime, I'm gonna try to take this off. Alright guys, alright, later. Alright guys, so here's what I'm thinking about doing to try to get this intake manifold off in one piece. I'm kind of looking around, seeing what I need to take off. Definitely, I think this hose right here needs to come off. Also, this one right here, this needs to come off. These clips for the sensors, they need to come off, that one and that one. For the fuel injector, these ones need to come off. And then we also got this screw right here, this bolt right here, that needs to come off. And then the back side, or the other side, same thing. So fuel injector clips right there. This one definitely needs to come off, and that might be it. So I'm gonna have to just cut these zip ties right there, and so hopefully that'd be able to take off this intake manifold with just those. Alright, so let me get started. Alright, so I think all the connections are off the manifold. Yeah, if you guys seen this, I took this off. Also this clip right here, took that off. So now just about locating the bolts for the manifold. Let me see what else. This one needs to come on too. Nope. Wait a minute. Move this one too. Oh, I haven't taken that one. Okay. Alright guys, so here's the whole intake manifold. I had to cut out some of the zip ties that was holding the wiring for the intake manifold. I mean the fuel injector. And then I also had two hoses that went underneath the throttle body that I took off. Let me see, the clip here, the ground up there, but that was about it. So this is complete right there. So here's what the engine looks like now. It's pretty open. It's pretty open. Makes it a lot easier to work on now. But let me put some of the bolts back just so I don't misplace them, and then I'll come back to you guys. All right, later. All right, guys. So I covered up the portholes for the intake. so I don't get anything in there. No loose bolts going inside. But I'm kind of looking around, and I don't think I need to take this off, so I'm just gonna leave that. But I'm gonna take off this oil funnel neck right there, the oil dipstick. Take that off. This tubing, I don't think I need to take that tubing off, but it's connected to the water pump, so that hose right there, I'm gonna take that off, and then I'm gonna take off the other side too, that hose that's connected to it, and then I'm gonna take off the exhaust manifold bolts right there, and I'm just gonna let the exhaust hang down. So just trying to take off as much as I can while I'm waiting for that tool. So yeah, let me get started. Alright guys, I think that's it for me today. I've taken out most of what I wanted to. I still got tomorrow to kind of mess around with it until the tool comes in for that. But yeah, I wanted to kind of point this out. I picked this tool up just earlier today. It's a new Ryobi impact wrench, and you guys seen it. You know, it took out the manifold nuts pretty easily, and so yeah, I'm kind of glad I got that. It's compact too, so I was able to take out the 10 millimeter bolts that was underneath here without having to use my ratchet. So kind of impressed. Now I just need to start labeling some of these hoses before I forget where I pulled them out from. So like this one right here in particular, I remember I took it off from this top one right here, and then there's a bottom one which goes to this split one right here, this one, and then this bottom one goes here. So I just gotta remember where to put those hoses back. Now yeah, like I said guys, I think that's it for me today. I'll continue on tomorrow and see what else I can take off from here. But yeah, alright guys, later. What's going on guys? Here's the next day, working on this head gasket again. I have this impact gun that I'm gonna try to use for the crank pulley. Now I have everything set up, so let me see if this thing will take that bolt off. Now really that bolt is only supposed to be torqued at 130 pounds, but it's old and I don't think it's been taken out before, so It's kind of stuck. Now this is my old Craftsman air tool. It's rated at 400 pounds, and so I'm hoping it does the job. It's also a lot smaller than my DeWalt, so you guys can see there's a big difference right there. So I'm sure this air gun will fit. All right, let's see what happens. Let me turn you guys around. Alright guys, so you guys have seen that. You guys know the dilemma that I'm dealing with right now, and that's trying to get this nut off, this bolt off. You know, I guess this impact wrench is still not strong enough to knock this bolt loose. And like I said, it's rated at 400, up to 400 pounds. I should have been able to take that bolt off easily. So this might have to be done manually. I'm gonna have to just wait for my tool to come in. Now, there's really not that much stuff that I need to take off, and I'm just waiting on that part. But yeah, so that's I guess that's it. I don't have anything else that would fit. Get in there to try to get it off, to get that bolt off. So I'll find something else to see if what else I could take off from here. But yeah, unless I can find a stronger impact wrench or impact gun that would fit, which is, I don't know, I doubt it though. I think the next Craftsman impact gun is a lot bigger than this one. So alright guys, on to the next. Alright, so I sprayed some lubricant on there. I let it sit for a few minutes. Let's try it again and see if this bolt would budge. Nope, that bolt still won't budge. So I'm gonna have to try something else. Alright guys. Alright, I'm gonna go try to take this cover off real quick. And then I'm gonna take off the thermostat. Alright guys, it's getting kinda late, but my tool came in early today. This is it right here. I know it's not a Subaru crank pulley holder. This is a universal one that I got, and that's because I normally work on different types of cars, and so I didn't want to just get a tool just specifically for one make or model. So I got this universal one, and seems pretty solid. I kind of want to test it out now and to see if it works. Let's see if I can get that bolt loose. So I think I'll go ahead and try it and see. If this fails, then I'll order the Subaru one. I got this on Amazon, I think for 27 bucks. All right, let me get started. What's going on, guys? Today's another day working on the Subaru. I just took the cover off right now. You guys pretty much know how to do it already. Just the 10 mils around. The bolts are like this. Okay. So yeah, I took the cover off. I put the camshaft pulley bolt back on to rotate it to top dead center, and so if you guys can see that, here's the notch right there, and you know they're lined up, and then here's the mark on the camshaft pulley. That's lined up to this edge right there, and then this one, the marking is right here, and it's lined up to that slot right there on the cover. Alright guys, let me go ahead and continue on doing what I'm doing. Alright, so let me go ahead and try to loosen this camshaft bolts off, and then I'm going to try to use my new Ryobi impact, see if I can do it. Oh yeah, shit. Took it off. So as you guys can see, this small Ryobi impact wrench is able to take this bolt off. Yeah, so I just want to loosen that, so I don't have a problem with that later on. Okay. So now I'm gonna try to take off the crank pulley bolts again. Okay. What's going on, guys? So today my parts came in early. This wasn't supposed to come in until Friday, but today is Wednesday. So it's here 2 days early, which is kind of good. Just looking it over. I just opened it up, trying to get an inventory, making sure pretty much if all the parts are here. So this kit that I got comes with the new head bolts right there. here's the whole gasket. So the head gasket, valve cover gasket, that's for the spark plugs, exhaust manifold, and then the intake manifold gasket is in there too. So it looked like it's complete and everything is in there. And then it comes with these. These are probably for the cams. There's 4 of them, but I think I only have 2. I gotta check. High temp gasket maker. Here's the water pump. And it comes with its gasket right there too. Here's the timing belt right there. So, okay. And then here is the oil pump. With its bolts. I gotta check if that one has a gasket too, so I'm gonna check on that. Here is the lower idler pulley, the one with the lip, and then here is the one on the top. Then you got this one with the teeth on it. And then this one is the idler tensioner. So I pretty much got all the parts here, and so I'm gonna take this off and then go from there. All right, guys. Alright guys, so you can see I just pulled the head out. Here's what the block looks like. I'm gonna be doing some major cleaning on this block before I install anything else. I could tell from the previous owner that they were using all kinds of block sealers and everything else on here. This copper one, that's the one I put in, but all these white ones that are hardened, yeah, that was put on by the previous owner. So let me see. Taking out the head wasn't as bad. Like I said, the challenging part for me was there was a 10mm bolt that was holding these. I think that goes to the radiator. So yeah, holding up these lines right here, trying to get this 10mm bolt underneath the head was the hardest part. But you could bypass that by just taking it off the hose connection right here, and then you would just pull the head out with the line on the head. I did have to loosen this one to kind of wiggle it out, but getting it off wasn't that bad. Alright, so let's see this head right here. Here's the head gasket. So it's completely gone. Yeah, this is completely gone. Like I said, the previous owner, I'm sure, was trying to use head gasket sealer or something like that on here. And I don't think it worked. So here's what the valves look like. I mean, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be looking at in here, but I'm gonna take this to the machine shop, have them clean this out. Let's see. And here, let me take these bolts off. I'm not gonna be reusing them, so there's no point in marking them. So the kit that I have came with the new bolts. Alright, so this is what the valve springs and everything look like with the cams. There is a whole bunch of these gunk right here on the oil. I'm not sure what that is. I think it's from you know, just the coolant getting into the oil system. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these off, but I'm gonna call up the shop, the machine shop first, and see if they just take it like this, or do I need it to take apart the whole thing. But alright guys. Alright guys, I didn't realize it, but my camera turned off as I was pulling out this right head, and so I wanted to just show you guys what it looked like. It's the same as the driver's side. You guys can see all this gunk right there. Now what I did was I've also taken out the spark plugs, and they're right here. Now the previous owner of this car put Champion spark plugs, and I don't think that that's what it's supposed to take. I'm pretty sure Subarus take NGKs. So yeah, I don't think it's the right spark plugs for this car. It probably work, but you know, it's not OEM spec. Now let me see what else. Yeah, so I've taken out the spark plugs, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to the machine shop just like this. And I talk to them about, you know, if they do valve lash clearance adjustments, besides from just you know, regular resurfacing and pressure check. So I'm going to just take it like this and see what they say. I'm gonna go ahead and bag it up. Now what I wanted to show you guys though is the head gasket, just so you guys could see what it looked like. So here's the bottom right there, and then here's the head gasket. And so yeah, as you guys can see, this head gasket is shot. So you know, it was really due for a change. It was probably due for a change a long time ago, but I'm doing it now, so we can get this car running we can get this car running right. Now, the other side, you guys have already seen the head gasket from the other side, so it's this one right here, and it's pretty much the same thing. Front and back. Alright guys, so you guys just seen me take off the oil pump and the water pump. Now I just sprayed some engine degreaser, the whole front right there, and then where the head gaskets are. So I just sprayed some engine degreaser on there and let it sit for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start scraping off the old gaskets and whatever kind of dirt and gunk that's on there, just so that the surface is nice and clean. Now I also just dropped off the heads at the machine shop. They're gonna be replacing the valve seals on there. They're gonna resurface the head, do a pressure test on there, and also he's gonna do a vacuum test, make sure that the valves are still good. So he's doing all that. What else is he doing? Oh, he's replacing the camshaft, the gasket. So he's doing all that. Now it's gonna take him a couple of days to do it. So I got some time to get this block cleaned off, and then have my bolts and everything secure and properly labeled. So what's going on, YouTube? Back at it again. Still working on this head gasket. So today I'm gonna be installing some of the parts while the head is still at the machine shop. I'm going to put the water pump on, and also the oil pump, and then the 4 bearings that I have that was included in the kit. Now I've already put in a new thermostat, installed that, and then I also am using the metal gasket that came with the kit for the water pump. So I'm gonna go ahead and torque this thing out, get it installed. But let me show you guys this. What I also did was I printed out the torque specs for this car. I was just searching online, and I wanted it handy, so I just printed it out. Here's what it is. So there's a torque sequence, and the torque is 8.7, and then you torque it twice. So 8.7 pounds, foot-pounds. So that's what I'm gonna do. I have my Craftsman torque wrench, digital one. So I just got this one, so this will be the first time I'm using it. I still have to kind of familiarize myself with it, but yeah. So let me go ahead and get started. This one, I know on the website at Lowe's, they have it. The description on there was wrong. They have it, I think, in a range of 20 foot-pounds to 100, 20 to 100 foot-pounds of torque. That's what's the range online when you look it up from Lowe's. But if you look at the back, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of blurry. Yeah, there you go. You guys can see that from the back. It says 5 pounds to 100 pounds. So, you know, if you guys have a small job that you guys need a torque wrench for, this would be it. And you know, the range goes from 5 to 100. So I'm gonna use it for the head bolts, and then we use it for the water pump, and then the oil pump too. So I have all the specs. I'll go through them so you guys can see. So yeah, let me get started. Alright guys, I almost missed it. Hopefully you guys catch this too. But there is a rubber guard right here that goes on the side. Make sure you guys look at your old part to see if there are some rubber guards and gaskets that you need to transfer over. But yeah, I almost missed this while I was bolting this thing on. Alright, so I got this from the old part. So I'll go ahead and put this in. Alright guys, so I'm gonna be installing the new oil pump. Now this came with the kit that I bought. I just took it out of the package. It comes with this seal on already. Here's the back side. There is some light oil on here. Let's see. It's got these rubber guards right there. It also comes with the O-ring, and the screws. So I don't have to go and use the old ones. So I'll go ahead and use these that came with the kit. Okay, let me install this. Alright guys, before I install this, I just wanted to show you guys how I put some RTV around the edges, just because this oil gasket, even the OEM one that I took out, it doesn't come with a gasket, so all they used was the RTV, and that was it. Alright guys, so now I'm going to start installing the new bearings. Let's start off with this one. This one has a lip, so this one and this one without the lip. And then this one goes down here. And then this one, I'm gonna leave the pin on so it doesn't have any tension on it. And this one has the O-ring. Okay. Hold that. And these ones, all the idler pulleys from my research. Are torque 28.9 foot-pounds. Okay. Alright guys, I would have to backtrack on putting this this pulley back. This lower one right here, I'm gonna take it back off because there is a plastic guard that goes right behind it. You got one bolt here and another bolt that bolts onto the head, so I can't put this pulley back on before putting the head in. So we'll take this lower one back off. Alright guys, so I put this bolt back and then I attach the hose that goes into the back of the thermostat housing. Able to put that back just because that's not something that I need to wait for the head to be installed, so I can go ahead and install that. So I went ahead and did it. Next up, I'm going to be putting the sensor back in. Alright guys, so now I'm going to replace the seals and this valve cover. Now you know what, I don't think you guys can put this on without the head. I don't think it's gonna work. So I'll leave that one off. If you guys can notice, there's these little bumps on the gasket, but only on the lower half, so I think that one goes inside where the gap is. So just like the original. What's going on, YouTube? Today it's already Monday. I'm supposed to be picking up the heads from the machine shop now. They just called up and they said everything is put back together, the new valve seals and everything. So I wanted to end my removal of the heads video. I'll end it here, and then because I got it maybe edited to about an hour or something, so I didn't want to go any longer than that. Now so yeah, I'm gonna end this video on the removal process and then start up another one when I try and install the heads today. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. It's kind of late already in the afternoons. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this up by later today. So so make sure you guys check out my installation video and see how I do it. And that's it. So thank you for watching. Alright guys.